Hey guys, and welcome to another video with Lykkelilje. This week I'm going to talk about the mystical art block because I have recently seen quite a few videos online with the topic, and I would really love to share my opinion about art block with you guys. I am calling it the mystical art block since people don't really seem to know what causes an art block or what they should do about it. Some people think that it exists, while some people think that it doesn't. But no matter what people are thinking, I know that all artists have at some point tried the lack of inspiration when drawing, and this can, in some cases, stretch over a really long time, or it can only take a few hours for the inspiration to be back. I personally have said like a million times before that I have had an art block, but the more that I actually think about it, I really don't think that I have had an art block. Yes, I have had weeks, even months, where I haven't been able to draw the things that I wanted, but this was not because I was lacking inspiration. It was simply because I didn't know how to draw the things that I had in my head. So in my case, when I have said, oh, I have an art block, it was actually just because I didn't know how to draw the things that I wanted, and this all in all comes down to the fact that I may not have been practicing well enough. And this actually ties into the video that I made last week, where I'm talking about my 10 drawing tips. And in this video I mentioned that you should draw on a regular basis, meaning that you should practice, and you should practice a lot before you get to where you want. And even then you will still feel like you can improve, and that's like the downside of being an artist. You can always improve on your skills. In my opinion, I would say yes, art block does exist, but that an art block does not just arise the first time that you put your pen to a piece of paper and you are not able to draw. I would say that an art block is that little voice inside of your head telling you that you're not good enough and that you can't do it. And I am kind of seeing it as a small monster. And it seems so harmless in the beginning to listen to this monster or this voice inside of your head. But the more you actually feed this monster with a negative thoughts, the harder it gets to move on and to create art that you actually are happy about. So that's kind of why I decided to create this drawing where you see a little fat monster symbolizing art block, and my avatar looking at it thinking, oh, but it's kind of cute. And I drew my avatar in a New Year's dress just because I have decided that 2017 is gonna be the year where I won't feed the art block monster with negativity, and I really do hope that this will succeed and that this year will be a great year. But say that you are lacking inspiration and you don't know what to draw, or you aren't able to draw the things that you want. I would say that this is totally normal and that it happens to every artist at some point, or at least I hope so. And if this is happening to you right now, or it tends to happen to you quite often, I have a few tips that I use myself when it happens to me. And my tip number 1 is to keep an inspiration book or create a board on Pinterest. And this is simply to get a place where you can store all of the images that inspires you. And then when you're low on inspiration, you can simply flip through them and see what's inspiring you. And it's simple and it's something that everyone can do. You can also look through art books, but if your library don't have them, they are unfortunately quite expensive, at least where I live. My tip number 2 is to flip through old sketches and drawings and to see if there's any of your old ideas that you can use again. Or maybe you created an OC about 5 years ago or so that you can draw again. If you aren't able to draw the images that's inside your head, I would say that my tip number 3 is to try and first of all put away the drawing and do something else, draw on something else, go for a walk, see a movie, but remember to come back to your drawing at some point. My tip number 4 is that if tip number 3 didn't work, you should try and practice on the thing specifically that you're having a hard time on. For example, if you're having a hard time drawing hands, you should draw hands and practice drawing hands and only worried about that. Then when you're confident on the things that you're struggling with, you should go back to your drawing. My tip number 5 is maybe the most simple tip, but that is to start on a new piece of paper. Then it simply clears your mind and you're able to not look at your mistakes, but the possibilities in the drawing. And that is actually all of the tips that I have for when you're lacking inspiration or having a smaller art block. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please remember that I post a new video every Friday. But if you want to be updated more frequently, I still have my Facebook and an Instagram. And if you want to buy any of my art, you should check out my Redbubble. And until next time, take care and bye bye!